What's up guys, Rogue9 here. The test servers for Rainbow Six Siege have just gone live, and in this video I want to take you through the exciting changes that are coming to Rainbow Six in the very near future. Let's start out with the most exciting news. The devs have added a brand new gadget to the game. As of now, Mute, Castle, Doc, Frost, Cav and Vigil will receive a bulletproof camera that they can attach to any wall or floor, similar to how Jaeger attaches his ADS devices. Now these cameras are not only special because they are bulletproof from the front and the back, but also because they have a thermal vision that is very similar to what Glass has and can allow defenders to see through smoke. And I say defenders, of course, once Dokkaebi hacks into the camera system, all of the attackers will have the exact same ability. One of the weaknesses of the camera is that it cannot pan at all, so you can only get a straight view. So choosing where to put the cameras is going to be an important decision because you can only see what's straight in front of you. I really like the idea of defenders having an anti-smoke gadget though, because for so long now we've had the meta where smoke is just thrown all over the objective and the attackers can just push in, usually under the cover from Glass. Now with these cameras, defenders will finally be able to do something about that. I think the best way to use the cameras will be with one person watching the camera and then either marking or calling out the enemies as they push, and someone else, at least one other person, maybe more, covering the angles. And with the ability to mark enemies as they push in through the smoke, I would say that even when you're solo queuing and no one is talking at all, these new cameras are going to go a long way towards shaking up the smoke meta. So let's take a closer look at these cameras. Okay, as I've already mentioned, they are bulletproof from the front, but also from the back. Interestingly enough, as of the test server right now, if you shoot at them from the back through a breachable wall, it's actually the front glass that's going to get damaged just the same as if it was being shot from the front. I do hope that that gets fixed, but at the same time, it's not really that important because putting a camera like this on a breachable surface is actually a huge risk. If the surface gets destroyed, no matter in which way, then the camera gets destroyed as well. The camera can also be shot from the sides, bottom and top, either with guns or by Twitch's drone. Thatcher's EMP grenades have the ability to disrupt the camera for 10 seconds, but at the same time, it's not fully disrupted. I mean, you can still kind of see some of the shapes moving around. Again, my guess would be that this is just a thing on the test server and that when it goes into final release, this will hopefully be fixed so that the disruption is complete. Meleeing the camera or attacking it with explosives is another way of taking it out rather quickly. Hand grenades will easily do the job, as will Ash's breaching round. Hibana's X-Kairos pellets will also blow up the camera, but it is important to note that the one pellet that ends up hitting the camera won't actually stick and it will just fall to the floor in its inert shape. Flash grenades have no effect on the camera, and good news for all you Vigil mains out there, if the cameras do get hacked, your gadget will still work. Because of the addition of these new cameras, we've also seen a UI change for the observation tools. You can now cycle through all of the cameras as before with Q and E, but you can also use either 1 or 3 to pick between different categories of cameras. You can choose between the default cameras, the new cameras, or the Valkyrie cameras. And that's it already for these cameras, a really simple tool to add, but it's going to be so useful to the defenders going forward. The next thing being tested on the test servers right now is the pick and ban system for operators. As announced during the 2018 Invitational in Montreal, both teams will be able to ban one attacker and one defender each, which are then taken out of the match for everyone. Every team member gets to pick who they want to ban, and if there is a split decision, one of the chosen operators will be banned at random. If the team decides that they don't want to actually ban an attacker or defender, there is also an option to pick no ban. Once this banning phase is complete, the match starts and everyone gets to pick their operators out of the remaining pool. After this, both teams get to see a screen where all of the picked operators are revealed. This is a really interesting choice then, because going into the round, you're going to know exactly what your enemy team has picked. There is one ace in the hole though, and that is that after this reveal phase is complete, one operator on each team can be switched out. A great way to try and bamboozle your opponents by keeping one operator secret. Choosing which team member actually gets to switch their operator will either take some coordination, or it's simply whoever clicks on it first. Now, it's worth noting that this change, of course, is only on the TTS for now, and only when you're going into custom 10-man matches. Ubisoft have also mentioned that if these tests are successful, the option to pick and ban may then go into the main game in custom matches, and maybe eventually it will make its way into ranked. I'm actually really looking forward to the opportunity of playing like this. I think it adds another strategic dimension into the game, and I'm definitely looking forward to this making its way into Pro League. One concern I do have right now though, if this ever does make its way into ranked, and that is that someone who wants to troll the other team could actually go ahead and block the exact operators that are needed for the weekly club challenges. This is of course still a long way off, and maybe changing the club challenges in a way that you can't go ahead and just block everyone that is needed would be a possible way of fixing this problem. Other than that, I really like how the pick and ban phase looks already, and I can't wait to try it out. Let's maybe organize some 10-man games for the weekend, eh? Okay, over to the next change. Something that was already included in the previous test server by accident was the fix to dropshotting. This has been included again, and it has not changed at all. Essentially, when you go prone, you will now be forced out of your ADS. A simple fix, and I think it could actually work, although there is one thing that I don't like, and that is that the hipfire spread you will get as you are dropping is the one that you get when you're fully prone. And for many weapons, that's actually not that bad. What I would prefer to see is actually the hipfire spread opening up while you're falling through the air, maybe something like when you're jogging, right? When it opens all the way up, that's what I would like to see. I think that just makes far more sense. It makes no sense that dropping through the air you still have the same hipfire accuracy as you would lying down with the gun firmly in your shoulder. But other than that, there's nothing much more to say to this. Let's hope they tweak it a little bit more before release, but even if they don't, at least it's something. Next, there are a couple of changes to placing the diffuser and disabling the diffuser in TDM bomb mode. Placing the diffuser, you do initially have the same placement sound, you can hear the person tapping, but that actually goes away after a short while and it becomes completely silent. Here, have a listen.
Diffuser is online and active.
This feature is consistent and makes it very hard to realize when the bomb plant is going down, but I have to say I have a sneaking suspicion that this is probably a bug and is not supposed to be that way. So what is more important here, I think, is actually the way that the diffuser is disabled, and that has changed completely. Rather than like smacking the diffuser with your gun, as we're all used to, defenders will now sit completely still and just get out a gadget instead. This change was supposedly done to improve the visual and audio feedback when disabling the diffuser, but I'm not sure this actually makes the animation better or worse for that matter, it just seems different. As the defender, I would guess that you're now far more vulnerable because you're completely stationary and anyone can just line up a single headshot. Okay, and I guess the sound is a bit more unique, a bit more distinct now. Before the smacking, it was very loud, you could hear it, but maybe when there's people running around, you could confuse it with someone just walking or running, and you might not know that the defenders are disabling the diffuser, so now you hear this beeping, it's very unique, and you'll know exactly what's going on. I don't know, that's sort of my idea, my way of trying to explain what is supposed to be better or worse about this, but I guess the bottom line for me still is that this is actually just something different rather than better or worse. If you have any ideas as to why this change was made, what it's for, let me know in the comments section below. And apart from the weapon sight misalignment being tweaked a little bit and Echo getting an extra drone but each of his drones losing one of their charges, there is only one other big change on the server. As teased during the AMA, 3-speed operators are going to be made slightly slower while 1-speed operators are made slightly faster. In addition to this, operators that have their pistols out are actually going to get a slight speed boost. Yes, welcome to Counter-Strike Siege, or I don't know, Rainbow Go? Whatever the case, pistols are now going to make you faster, and in addition to that, shield operators that put their shields on their back will not only get their pistol bonus, but will also lose the shield speed penalty. So if you're a shield operator and you put your shield on your back, you're actually going to be as fast as any other 3-speed. Here are a few comparisons. First off, let's look at 3 speeds now versus 3 speeds as they will be in future. As you can see, they are quite a bit slower on the TTS. But if we compare 3 speeds with pistol on the TTS compared to 3 speeds now, we can see that they remain the same. 1 speeds are still kind of slow and fat, but as you can see, they do speed up a little, especially once you whip out your pistol. And as mentioned before, this is especially true for shield operators. And just to show that when you put the shield on your back, you actually become just as fast as other 3 speeds, here is Mira with her pistol out versus Montagne with his shield on his back. Here's something scary though, so 2 speeds are not supposed to get faster, right? But somehow Blitz on the TTS has sped up again. Whatever is happening here has to be a mistake. Please, please Ubisoft, make it go away. If you want a more precise update on how the speeds will be changing, I do believe that Prodigio Pete is working on a more detailed video focusing just on this speed topic, so do keep an eye on his channel for that. And that's it. I have to say, overall, I'm pretty excited for these changes. The pick and ban looks awesome, getting weapon sight misalignment fixed is amazing, dropshotting is getting a nerf, there's a new gadget coming, and operator speeds are gonna be more fair. Which one of these changes is your favorite? Leave your comments below, and with that, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you in the next episode.